What's up guys, I'm back with another video. Today I will be flying this Airbus A340 all the way to Antarctica from Cape Town in Africa. So this will be a very special flight and a very interesting one, since we are flying to the most remote airfield in the world. So that will bring changes to what is listed as our planned procedure, and I will go over that right about now. We have the pages up. Yes, we do. Alright, here we go. Okay, so we can start from the top. Our cost index today will be 160, and we will be climbing up to flight level 300. No steps planned really at all. Oh, and also the flight level was requested by me. Flight level was requested by me because I will be doubling the fuel today. Because once again, most remote airfield, so we need an extra 6 hours of fuel in case we need to divert. So we'll go ahead and take about 88,000 kilos. Okay, so here's our routing. For today, we will be taking the Insom 1 Bravo departure, runway 19. As far as the weather goes, we are expecting 50 passengers today. And since we are doubling the fuel, that will of course change the takeoff weights, landing weights, and definitely the payload. And everything else stays the same. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. So 8 knots of wind, clear skies, no significant change. Weather is really good in Cape Town. Altimeter is 1009. No information available for Antarctica due to limited technology to give us a really detailed weather briefing, so that is expected. So that is the big caution there. And also make sure we have the correct runway entered for Antarctica. Oh well, yeah, I will edit here. So we might have runway 35. We want runway 17. Because that is the runway that aircraft mostly used, and especially because of there being a slope in front of runway or behind runway 35. So it's definitely better to land on runway 17 and depart. Oh yeah, land runway 17 rather. Okay. Go ahead and regenerate the flights. That shouldn't really give us any changes to our information. Nope. Well, less fuel. Payload did change a little bit. That is okay. So doubling this still, 86,000 on the fuel. And we're still climbing to flight level 300. Okay. Oh, and also, not really finished the weather briefing. One thing I did forget is to really go over the map's information to find what's turbulence we are expected to run into. So looks like we have 2 jet streams over here. Full light level 290 and one between 180 and 480. So we'll get a little bit bumpy. We'll say this is about 2 hours into the flights. And that's all we shall be expecting. As we can see, it's don't really know what to expect for our arrival, of course, because of reasoning that I explained. Okay, straight to the cockpits. Alright, we're cold and dark. Let's go ahead and start our preliminary, which is really just going to be the parking brake. Make sure that's set, and it is, even though we also have chocks on. The engine masters are off. Engine start switch is set norm. The weather radar panel, everything is where it's supposed to be. The windshield prediction is off and the gain is set to cal. And up here, the windshield wiper switches are off. We have good voltage in the batteries, so go ahead and get them on. Yep. Make sure that illuminates. Yep. It's working. Alright, going to get external power. Let our systems warm up. And then we can start preparing the aircraft for departure. In the meantime, let's load our flight plan into the EFB. Let me re-import this. Okay, that is correct, January 14th. Import from SimBrief. Bad integration, as we can see here, but I'm still going to run GSX surfaces just to make it just look really realistic still. The simulation of our layover. Okay, it's running. Let's do a system check. All good. No issues up there. We can dispatch the aircraft for service. At this point, we're going to run the APU. Go ahead and fire test it. Very good. You can also get that on at this point in the crew supply. There we go. Pulled off from SimBrief. Going to double the fuel. Oh. Keyboard is not disabling the controls, unfortunately. Okay. Payload, we're going to do the same thing. Let's let the APU warm up. We can at this point request boarding. Boarding requested. Because by the time the passengers start walking on, APU is available. Yes, now we can run the air conditioning. So perfect timing anyway. Want the cabin a little bit colder than usual for this flight to get our passengers prepared for the weather in Antarctica. Still wish they stay warm. Yes. Oh, I'll let it just auto select. Doesn't really matter. And why are we in the dark in the flight deck? Let's go ahead and get the dome light on. There we go. A little bit better for this setting during the flights, or not during the flights while we're on the ground. We'll turn that off after pushback, of course. Okay, let's go ahead and view our charts. And then tune frequencies. Where's the 10.9? There it is. Alright, ATIS will be 127.
Information X-ray 0,000 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 1934.
And delivery will be 122, that's
Cab
1.
OK. Temperature 19er. Dew point 16. QNH 1009er. Transition level 90. Touchdown zone lights are intermittently out of service.
Okay.
Advise on course heading.
Nav data
altitude,
is
and if
still
flight following
current.
is requested.
25.3.
Runway and hold short instructions.
Go to our init page.
Advise on initial contact. You
There we
have
go.
information X-ray.
But first,
Cape Town International Airport.
we will do an
Information
ACARS
X-ray.
login.
0,000 Zulu. Arriving
about
and
that.
departing runways 1934.
In the data
1235
request,
at
call it a day.
Cab OK.
Also, let's
Temperature
go over
19er.
here
Dew
on
point
that
16.
page.
QNH
Another thing I would like to
1009er.
do
Transition level
is
90.
let's go ahead and
Touchdown zone lights are intermittently out of service. Advise on
see if we
course
can get a
heading,
performance
altitude,
request while we're on
and
the
if flight
ground.
following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray.
Oops.
Cape Town International Airport.
Alright, we have X-ray.
Information hold short instructions.
Perfect. Probably kind of missed that altimeter doing this.
And if flight following is requested, read back all runway and hold short
Runway
instructions.
19.
Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray.
Let it play one more time.
Cape Town International Airport. Information X-ray. 0,000 Zulu. Arriving and
Oh
departing
yeah, let's also get the
runways
temperature.
1934. Wind 235 at 8. Cab OK. Temperature 19er. Dew point 16. QNH 1009er.
1009 as on our
Touchdown
December
zone lights
briefing.
are intermittently out of
So
service.
that is correct.
Yankee.
I don't really know if guard works on say intentions, but I will set it anyway, just to be safe. No, it works on VATSIM. We can go ahead and send that. It works. I don't think it does. That's okay. But we'll really see if it works. See if we get any messages here. Alright. Flight plan. No. Oh, didn't do that just yet. There we go. Nav. Whoops. Oops. Let's try that again. Nav, and nav. All 3 Adair system switches. Alignments in over 7 minutes. Perfect. Make sure that's actually working. Yep. It will align automatically. We don't need to press that. Flight plan. Ensemble 1 Bravo. Runway 19. Oh yeah, that is correct. Okay. And what just happened? Alright, that's in there. And we're taking runway 17. No stars or anything. And we will do a non-precision approach. Or rather a visual approach. Visual approach into runway 17. That is the plan. Alright, flight plan is complete. Let's copy for the secondary. Rad nav, everything looks good. ILS for 9 for a diversion. Also, yep, that is correct. Runway 19 for a diversion. If we need to. Alright, we're down to the Init2 page, and we've gotten some load sheets. And then we can also... Or did I open up the cargo doors? Oh, keep the chocks there. I did not mean to remove that. Want the bags to be on board. Because for some reason in this aircraft, JSX does not open those cargo doors for us. Well, you know what? I think I already know. Bad integration with this aircraft, so... Okay. Huh. That was pretty quick. Anyway. We can go ahead and accept the load sheets. And when the final load sheets comes, we can make adjustments as necessary. The preliminary load sheets. Takeoff weights is 212,000. Zero fuel weights is more important right now, 169.0 or 0.1 if we round that up. Slash a center of gravity of, let's go ahead and go back. 27.5, 27.5. Nope. There we go. Fuel 86,000. See if we get a cruise above max flight level, then we will have to adjust it. That is okay. Flight level is safe for amount of fuel. Alright, and that brings us to the performance page. We haven't gotten an uplinking of any performance data over here, so we will uplink it from the EFB ourselves. Air conditioning off. Performance. There we go. Takeoff data confirmed. And we're finished with the FMC. And we're doing Toga. Huh. No, why I calculated Toga, not a flex. Maybe because we are really heavy today. Really heavy. And this is a known sluggish aircraft. So. Very large aircraft with CFM56 engines, so takeoff will be very sluggish since we are heavy. But if we look at how long the runway is, let's go in the charts. 10,000 meters. We have plenty of runway, but very heavy plane, so very heavy plane with underpowered technology. So that takeoff definitely will be a little bit risky. Hey, are we finished boarding? I think we are. But did we get a new load sheet yet? Let's see what's going on. Are we boarding passengers? Let's stop at boarding crew. Oh, completed. Oh, I was about to say I thought it was still boarding the crew. That's weird. Yeah. Alright, we're finished boarding. So seatbelts can come on, or in the Airbus, really after fuel. I want to set that the arm. Did not mean to turn that all the way on. Alright, passengers are on board. Let's finish our pre-flight procedure. Alright, adheres. We're going to go over the overhead. All set to nav. APU fire tested. That is complete. Flight recorder is on and crew supply is on. Fuel pumps off until departure. Electrical page. Everything is good. We have the APU running and externals on standby. Make sure the APU is on bus. Let's verify it here. And it is, so we can kill the externals. Okay. Air conditioning panel is set. Lights as required. Emergency exit lights is on and the cabin signs are on. Okay. We did not get clearance yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Cape Town delivery, good morning. Skyflyer 367 is with you. Standoff for 4, requesting IFR to Wolf's Fang.
Clearance on request, stand by. Skyflyer 367 cleared to Wolfsbank via the IMSA 1 Bravo departure, then as filed. Expect runway 19er. Initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 119.7, squawk 6241.
Cleared to Wolf's Fang via the IMSA 1 Bravo departure, then as filed. Initial climb to 4,000. Squawk 6241 and the departure frequency will be 119.7. Alright, initial climb 4,000.
Skyflyer 367, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.9er.
And we can go profile mode. There we go. Squawk was 6241. Clear that. Okay, we are ready to go, so let's go ahead and carry on with our before start checklist. Also at this point, we can go ahead and contact
Initial
ground.
contact, you have information November. Cape Town International Airport, information November. 0,000 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 19er, 34.
That's 1.9. Okay, let's go ahead and pull out the checklist. I have it in my files. Let me pull it up in a moment. Did not work, huh? Try that again. There we go. Okay. Before start checklist. Well, let's first actually do the things. And at this point, also let's brief over our charts. How am I forgetting to do that before we start? But it won't take long anyway. And let's take a look. Runway 19 on track to 5 miles out. Right turn heading 240, intercept radio 210 when passing 5500. Right turn to Aspic, then over to Insom, and continue as per flight plan. Okay, pretty easy briefing. So let's go ahead and get our doors closed. This point. And we can go ahead and start turning on the fuel pumps. Let's take a look at the fuel. Let's monitor that. We have plenty of fuel in our center tanks, so we will definitely be using them. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, before start checklist. Cockpit preparation complete. Gears, pins, and covers removed. Signs are on. Adheres nav. Fuel quantity 86,000 for our flights. Takeoff data is set. And we have no flex temperature. We will be doing toga today. Bioref is set. Altimeter is 1009. It's also set on the standby. Down to the line, windows and doors. Alright, below the line, windows and doors closed. Beacon. We can go ahead and get that on at this point. Let's call for push first. And GSX and over the ATC. Alright. Push and departure. Ready. Okay.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Cape Town ground, good morning. Skyflyer 367 requesting pushback at stand Alpha 4 with information X-ray.
Departure checks completed. Bypass bin inserted.
Skyflyer 367, pushback approved, face north.
Push approved, face north. Okay. Alright, let's finish the checklist. Windows and doors closed, beacon. At this point, we can go ahead and turn it on. We are about to start engines. Oh no, not the strobe. Leave that off. Let's not blind the ground crew. Oh, they're not that bright. It would be the landing lights that would blind them right now. Beacon is on. Thrust lever is idle. Parking brake as required. We have it set while the ground crew is connecting the tug. It'll automatically remove the chocks. See what they do. Hopefully they don't destroy the aircraft. Yup. They are messing with it. Continue pushback, please. Make a left turn.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear.
All engines clear.
Started work.
Perfect. 1 and 2 first. Then we will do 3 and 4. Alright, engines are starting to turn. Very good. Alright, here comes oil pressure. So they are warming up. And our fuel flow is coming in. Alright, start switches or start levers. I'm sorry, not start levers. Thinking of Boeing. Start valves are closed on 1 and 2. Time to fire up 3 and 4. Start valves open. Engines are turning.
Please set parking brakes.
Oil pressure.
Your confirmation for good engine start.
3 and 4. And now fuel flow. Alright, start valves are closed. The generators are on bus, so we can kill the APU at this point. And remove the tug. Please don't severely damage the aircraft. Disconnecting.
Cockpit to ground.
Have a good
We have a
start.
good engine start. You can disconnect.
Being careless with the
Unlocking
aircraft.
gear.
Let's hope they do not damage it beyond ability to fly. Let's leave messages open. Okay, after start checklist. Anti-ice as required. ECAM status check. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake as required. After start checklist completes, and we're just waiting for the hand signal, and we will be ready for taxi.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass been removed.
At this point we can kill the dome.
Is clear.
Here we go. Still waiting on that hand signal. We already get, oh, there goes the guy right there. Alright, thank you. Have a safe rest of your day. Okay. Cape Town ground, Skyflyer 367 requesting taxi. We don't need land switches just yet.
Skyflyer 367, pushback approved, space north.
Skyflyer 367 requesting taxi. I've already pushed back.
Skyflyer
Here.
367, runway 19er taxi via Alpha 1. Hold short of runway 16, then Alpha 2.
Alpha 1, hold short of runway 16, and then proceed Alpha 2. There we go. Okay. We're on the go. Alright. Well, laps. Let's configure our airplane at this point. Ground spoilers. Let's get them armed. Auto brakes max. Oh, what just happened? Here we go. Wait for that cabin to get ready. Okay, takeoff config. Try that again. Normal, all green. And this will be a short taxi route, so we will turn on the wind shear prediction at this point. Pretty easy taxi. Did not really need a briefing for it. Very short taxi routes. And at this point, I will start the before takeoff procedures. Well, yeah. Start the before takeoff procedure. Alright, and the checklist really. Before takeoff checklist: flight controls, full left, full right, neutral, full lock, full down, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Connected to the gear turn. Stop here to continue it. That is okay. Flight instruments checked. Briefing confirmed. No real concern for a takeoff today. And very light traffic, so not too much of an issue for us. The only slight concern I have is we are using AI for ATC, so we must check behind them. Any concerns from you? I will take that as a no. Alright, briefing confirmed. Flaps 1 for departure. Takeoff performance is set. And we are doing a toga takeoff, no flex temperature. ATC is set, ECAM memo, all green. We are down to the line. Let's go ahead and request clearance to cross. Proceed on to Alpha 2. Start moving at this point. Cape Town ground requesting cross runway 16 to proceed on to Alpha 2.
Skyflyer 367, cross runway 16, then continue taxi via Alpha 2.
Cross 16, proceed Alpha 2. Alright, we're clear to the left and to the right. Checking behind AI ATC, of course. Below the line, we can go ahead now. Cabin crew advised engine mode select as required, and packs going to
Skyflyer 367,
get them
contact
off
tower on
for
118.1, safe flight.
over to the tower, and have a great morning.
Skyflyer 367, contact tower on 118.1. Have a great morning.
Alright. Point 1. Okay. X coming off for departure. Cape Town Tower, good morning. Skyflyer 367. Requesting departure, runway 19. Holding shorts, Alpha 2.
Skyflyer 367. Heavy runway 19er, wind 180 at 16, cleared for takeoff.
Away. Say goodbye to Cape Town. We're clear left and right. Going to do a nice little turn and burn. Starting to roll a little bit too fast. Man, Toga SRS and runway. Checked. Auto thrust blue. Golf thrust set. Oh, I turned that on. 80 knots. Alright, it's 100 knots, stick neutral. Rotates. Positive rate. Gear. We turn that down, that primary flight display, just so I can better see the bright screen flight director. And what just happened here? There we go. Oh. Alright, speed check flaps. Over to departure 119.7 and thank for the ATC. Forgot to put that on standby. I'll turn that to Terra. There we go. There we go. Climb thrust. We are definitely over speeding. I did forget to do that. My bad. Huh. Aircraft does want to accelerate fast today, doesn't it? Alright. Once you say auto throttle, we're turning the... Oh no, we're not doing that. Close that. Thank you. There we go. We're turning autopilot on at this point. Huh. Oh wow, that changes the position. We're here. But we change it back. Huh. Weird. Cape Town departures, Skyflyer 367 is with you. Approaching 4,000 feet.
Skyflyer 367, heavy Cape Town departure, radar contact. Climb via the SID to 5500.
Flying via the SID to 5,000. Still trying to figure this out. I want to change it back. There we go. There. Yeah, I wanted to turn the brightness down here. Let's select this.
Skyflyer 367, heavy speed 250 knots.
Repeat that for Skyflyer 367. Or I can just read that.
Skyflyer 367, read back correct. Final altitude 5500 feet.
But I'm trying to do anyway. Cape Town departure, Skyflyer 367 at 5,000.
Skyflyer 367, contact Cape Town Center on 125.1.
Over to Cape Town Center, 125.1. Cape Town Center, good evening. Skyflyer 367 is with you, holding at 5,000 feet. I'm sorry, altitude 5,000. Proceeding on the Ensom 1 Bravo Sid.
Skyflyer 367, Cape Town Center identified. Good morning, QNH 1013.
QNH 1013.
Skyflyer 367, roger. Maintain 5,000 feet. Proceed on Ensom 1B, Sid.
Proceed on Sid and requesting climb to flight level 300. Strange request over at 5,000.
Climb flight level 300.
Climb flight level 300, Skyflyer 367. Those CFM56 are putting in work today, especially considering how heavy we currently are. We can go back into profile mode on the speed. And it's naturally just increases itself. Alright, we're clear above transition level, so it's polling standard. Altimeter just went to 1013 anyway, so alright, I have to take off checklist, which I kind of forgot to do. Turn off the nose lights. Speed brake down. Checklist is gear up. Lap 0. Speed brake down, and engine mode is normal. Checklist complete. Should be complete. Landing gear up, flaps retracted, packs on by RF standard. Checklist complete. Did that kind of late. Any new messages here? I guess not. Oh, and I forgot to stop this. Very long. I let that run for 10 minutes, the chrono. No, we definitely weren't using the token for that long. Alright, so we passed 10,000 feet, so landing lights off. Flight is seeming pretty smooth, so no turbulence to be expected for now. We are turning off the seatbelts, letting the passengers roam freely around the cabin. Also, did dim the lights. Okay, we'll turn them all the way off at this point. I get this message for delays. Did not delay the departure. Did leave the gates like maybe about 2 or 3 minutes right after my off block time. So I don't know why we're getting that. And I will not answer it. Let's see here. To make a little bit of a shortcut in our flights, will be directing here. I will take 48 South, 11 East. Cape Town Center, Skyflyer 367, request direct 48 South, 11 East after Insom.
Skyflyer 367, clear direct 48S011E after Insom 1B sit.
Cleared 48 South, 11 East after Insom.
Skyflyer 367, clear direct 40S011E after Insom 1B sit.
Yep, we have just established that. Oh. Have the end song. We just hold that on the direct page. Pre-select it. Alright, we are turning, so activate this direct. There we go. And now we're heading 48 to Pixel 48 South, 11 East. Over the ocean. Alright, so if we look over here, our cabin temperature is where we would, or maybe let's make it a little bit colder. Definitely want that colder, I would consider. Want the passengers to be a little bit cold as we're traveling to Antarctica, to prepare them for the cold temperatures. So yes, maintain a cooler temperature. Hey just set this all the way cold. See how cold it truly gets on cold. Alright, so I would probably expect about between 12 and 15 degrees centigrade for our cabin temperature, so. Alright, but speaking of our cabin pressure, our cabin is pressurizing as it should at a steady rate, 300 feet per minute. And we're up on our way. Hope you all are enjoying the flight as much as I am at this point. Since I'm not doing much communicating with ATC, I will turn off the mic, so enjoy the cruise, or the rest of the climb and the cruise rather, and I will be back to prepare us for the way down. About 5 hours. Okay. Now it's almost time for our arrival, so we are 83 miles from Antarctica, so we're approaching it. So for our arrival briefing today, we know that we absolutely have no charts and no weather data for Antarctica. So getting information for the airfield will directly rely on communication with ATC. So before we do that anyway, let's actually go. Is that the progress page? No, the init page. I like to get our approach information entered before we start heading down. Well, it might actually be performance page. I was right. So next, here we go. So let's get some data. Good morning, Oceanic. Skyflyer 367 is with you, requesting QNH for Wolf's Fang, Antarctica. Let's see what we get from them.
Skyflyer 367, cleared to Wolf's Fang via IMSO 1 Bravo.
What? They just gave us the
runway 17, initial climb 4,000.
That is not what I requested at all. They just gave us the clearance again, the IVR clearance again. Oceanic, Skyflyer 367 is with you, flight level 320. About 60 miles from top of descent, requesting arrival into Alpha Tango 98.
Skyflyer 367, maintain flight level 320. Arrival into 18908 noted.
Okay. I'm going to let this in. Oceanic Control, Skyflyer 367. What is the QNH for Alpha Tango 98?
Skyflyer 367, 18908 QNH, cleared to Wolfbank via IMSO 1 Bravo.
Why do they keep giving us the I for
Expect runway
clearance?
17, initial climb 4,000.
Yeah, they don't want to give it to us. I don't know what it's going to be. So we'll have trouble with this. Oceanic Control, Skyflyer 367, requesting QNH for Antarctica. Had to write it out of them.
Skyflyer 367, Clonbor QNH, cleared to Wolfbank via IMSO 1 Bravo.
They're not giving it
as
to us.
filed. Expect runway 17, initial climb 4,000.
Okay, what about to say altimeter? Oceanic Control, Skyflyer 367, requesting altimeter for Antarctica.
1003.
Thank you. QNH 1003, Skyflyer 367. Thank you. Okay, we are taking that 1003. I need the temperature. Oceanic Controls, Skyflyer 367, requesting temperature for Antarctica.
Skyflyer 367.
See what they give us.
Temperature not available.
Unavailable. Okay. We'll enter try. Let's do -15. -10. Something like that. See what it gives us. And that's all of the information we can pull. Okay. So approach page is complete. Oh. Oh. We'll enter 0 over here. For some reason it doesn't want to let me enter the minus sign. 1003. Ice cold and dry. Landing weights. So if we go to our grocery, you see that. So let's see. Our flight plan, estimated fuel on arrival is 20 miles from 10%. Let's expert. Oceanic Control, Skyflyer 367, requesting descent into Antarctica. Okay, but let's keep on calculating.
Skyflyer 367. Descend at your discretion.
Descend at discretion, Skyflyer 367. Okay.
Skyflyer 367. Say again.
Reading back, Skyflyer 367, descend at discretion into Antarctica.
Skyflyer 367. Read back correct.
Okay, they said read back correct. Let's choose medium brakes. Missing input data. Oh, landing weights. Okay. So we take away 1.3 from the current fuel. Or 1.3, sorry, from our current gross weights. That will be 203,000. Or to round it up, I will just enter 204,000. Okay. Resume flight, please. I will choose max braking. Plus it is an icy runway, so might just be miscalculating. But to be safe, we'll do that. So let's take a look at our MCDU over here. We have no charts to follow, so, and we're clear to descend at discretion, so I will just take that. Profile descents, of course. Just take what's on our FMC. Then we continue from there. Visual approach. As planned. Seatbelts on. Weather is unpredictable right now, due to limited technology and limited equipment at this airfield. Okay, so the way we are going to do this approach is after 20 miles from our extended center line, which will be Charlie Foxtrot 17 Tango, we will activate approach mode and start selecting flaps. We go for flaps 1 by 20 miles. And then we can go for flaps 2 by 15 miles, or a little bit, yeah, I would say between 10 and 15 miles, maybe 10 miles, to speed up the arrival a little bit. And what is the, I have an altitude to maintain over here. Let's say 2,000 from field elevation. And let's use speed brakes so that we don't overspeed. Alright, to continue the briefing, I will go with 10 miles. Let's get our landing gear down, and then continue our flaps configuration. Also, let's go back to our performance page. Previous. Full flaps, that's already configured in there, and our final approach speed will be 151. Oh, and also look at that. It's very nice. We are right on our approach path. Oh, no. We really have an approach path. Of course. Why I said 0. Oh, why I just looked at that and just automatically to that. Elevation is about 350 feet, by the way. And after 71 south, 8 east, we have about 30 miles until we reach, or yep, so 30 miles until we reach the field. Alright, we can kill the speed brake now at this point. At this point, I will start going over the approach checklist just to get it out of the way. So let me go ahead and pull up the information so you guys can see it. Okay. Approach checklist, briefing confirmed, ECAM status checked, seatbelts on, barrel ref once below transition level, we will set that, which will be 10,000. So down to the line. Oh, we are descending pretty fast. Let's build at the same time, like that. Okay. Down to 15,000. At this point, we'll go for about 9,000. Maybe 8,000. Now I would like to cross 71 south, 8 east at 8,000. Then afterwards we can descend to 6,000 and start our approach sequence as planned. Also, by the way, runway heading will be 175. So, but we really have nowhere to pre-select that, so we can pre-select our heading once we're out of the heading window. Alright, 1003. At this point, let's go ahead and get on anti-ice, because our temperature is unavailable at the moment and we're about to descend through these clouds. We do not want ice building up on the aircrafts, flight surfaces, of course. For our safety. Everybody's safety on board, anyway. There's a heavy aircraft, so speed brakes coming out to assist a little bit with that deceleration to 250 knots for exiting 10,000. Yes, we're keeping that out for now. Alright, it's exiting 10,000 because we're about to do that. Thought I had these turned off. Alright, runway turn-offs are on, and the little land switch is on. Still setting on our way down. Very nice. Oh, we can kill the speed brake. Okay, below the line, BRF is set. Let's come over here. Precision heights, going a visual approach, and engine mode select as required. We will leave that on norm. Well, I will bring the speed down a little bit. Oh no, we can leave it where it's at. They're heavy. Definitely don't want to bring it down too much, so we'll leave the speed in profile mode. And we are about to overspeed, so bring those speed brakes out. Right back out. But never mind, we're about to level off at 8,000. We have about 35 miles till we reach that. Extended center line. Now I want to direct to it. Okay. Heading mode comes out. Comes out with our true heading. Yeah. But this is the deviation. We'll turn a little bit more. That would definitely help us. Okay, at this point, I would say we can activate the approach phase. And then on our way down, begin to manage the flaps. Manage the speed using the flaps, rather. We're about 25 miles out. Very good. And we're about 2,000 feet over the White Deserts. Okay, 20 miles, that's 20 miles. Let's start our flaps. Now we are in speed, wait, we are in profile mode still. So, let's I will manage to speed myself. Oh, 250. Oh, no. It's a good speed for us, I would say. Visibility is low. Be lined up with the runway. Alright, there we go. $180 knots would be a good speed. Anyway, I will just use profile mode to direct to the extended center line. Just because our heading is acting a little bit funky right now. So that will be the plan. Okay. this point. Flaps 2. We are moving those flaps out. We have the field in sight. We are getting close. 15 miles out. Okay. Oh yes, we have the field in sight. Perfect. Alright. Start on the landing checklist. Cabin crew. Cabin cease for landing. Cabin crew advised. Start the landing checklist early. Auto throttle. Speed. ECAM memo. Landing all green. Okay. Landing checklist complete. Well, that is good. And we have the field in sight, but we'll remain with flaps 2 till 10 miles out. That is the plan, and I am sticking to it. Oceanic sensor, Skyflyer 367 on final, Alpha Tango 98, 10 miles out, runway 17. And we shall get landing clearance at this point. Alright, 10 miles.
Skyflyer
Going gear down.
367, noted 10 miles, final runway 17, continue approach.
Continue approach. Alright. Going full flaps and at this point I might kill the autopilot. Oh. Our VREF speed is 151. Alright, so we're killing the autopilot. Perfect. Another thing to note, I do know that the center line is a little bit off center on the blades a little bit, so definitely do see that though. 2000 checked. I know how to shut that up. There we go. Really love the handling of this aircraft. Alright, it's 1,000. About 5 miles out. It is a good altitude.
1,000.
Alright, going right in. Runway is a little bit hard to see though, definitely. Alright, coming right in.
300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Wasn't too bad of a landing.
Whoa, that was rough.
Alright, ground spoilers. Bristers. Definitely are on those speed brakes. I don't know why they did not come out. But on the runway into a complete stop. Let's back taxi the runway. Point I will start cleaning up the aircraft, the flight control surfaces in particular. Flaps up. Not want to come out, so. Oh, they were armed. Okay. That's not. Aircraft did stop pretty fast. Thing with the livery, with this livery, it is actually configured. Is actually configured to be certified for this runway. Oh, if we have enough space. I believe this runway is a little bit larger, a little bit wider than this IRL, but definitely cannot prove it. Never flown to Antarctica. We'll make our turn right here. Will be a little bit tricky though. Steer it. We make it, I think so. Oh yes, we did. Did just make that. Back taxiing the runway now. Perfect. Airfield, so I will just go silent on them. I wonder what that's about. Alright, keep in mind we are moving a little bit faster than it appears. Or in a large aircraft that does sit a little bit high. I think I turn right here. I don't know if parking is in here for the 340, but I will assume so. We'll assume parking is right there. See the ground crew. Yup. This definitely looks reserved for a large airliner. Even if GSX may not agree with us, calling it a day here. Or parking a little bit though, we'll say. Oh. Very close to that gates. Alright, is the APU running? Yes, APU is running. Okay, shutting down here. So transponder off. After landing checklist, flaps, retractor spoilers, disarmed, APU starts, Padar off, standby/standby. That checklist is complete. We've already done that stuff. Parking checklist, APU bleed is on. Engines, we can cut power now. That's definitely agreed to do that. And monitor them as well as we shut down. Let's leave that beacon on until it is safe to turn them off when engines are at a safe speed to allow people around them. Okay. We'll agree so at this point, so beacon goes off.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Shut up, GSX. I do not really care at this point. Got to turn off lights. At this point, we can deboard passengers. It's turned off. Clear all of that. Brakes are hot as well. We're not having brake fans. Wanted to use max auto brake just to be safe over here, right? Anyway, let's deboard our passengers. Say goodbye to them.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Let me get the lights on first. Let me as well.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Shh.
The boarding
Plus
requested.
GSX. There we go. Beautiful. Open those cargo doors. GSX does not do that for us in this aircraft. There we go. Seatbelts off for your passengers. Okay, Parking checklist. Let's go ahead and continue it. Engines are off. Seat belts off. Exit lights as required. Fuel pumps. We definitely get those off. And then parking brakes and shocks. Okay, let me turn off the standbys first. Perfect. Parking brake is on, and let's also get the
Passenger's
shocks
bus is
on.
coming.
Alright, ending things here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next one. And as always, I will see you guys later. Peace. Well, that's really good parking. Either way. Here goes our passenger bus, so we can let off our passengers.